How was the September market? We just had the biggest September ever in Toronto real estate, with sales up 42.3% and average selling prices up 14% compared to September 2019. Overall, the market is very strong, but there is a big difference between the high-rise and low-rise segment of the market. Most of the growth was driven by low-rise homes. Although the prices for condos are still holding on tight, the number of active listings of condos in downtown Toronto at the end of September were 215% higher than a year ago. Does that mean the market is going to crash? Should you sell your condo right now? Here's my take on the market. Number 1, desire versus affordability. Most people interpret the difference between the low-rise and the high-rise market this way. People are stuck at home and they want more spaces. As a result, the housing trend is shifting from condos to detached homes. I actually have a very different view. People want more space. Sure, I agree. But shifting from condos to detached homes. We are not talking about shifting from Civic to Corolla. It would be like shifting from Civic to Mercedes-Benz. You see, we are talking about two products with completely different price point. According to the September report, the average price for condos is around $600,000. Detached homes around $1.2 million. That's double the price. And with the growth in detached homes, they're not getting any more affordable. I see some articles saying that the low interest rate is making detached homes more affordable. When we are talking about a $600,000 price difference, I really can't see how interest rate would play a major role in affordability. But there are people who can afford either a condo or a detached home. Sure, but I don't think that's big enough crowd to cause a shift in trend. It is basically like saying the Civic market is really struggling because most people are shifting to Mercedes-Benz for a more comfortable ride. Does that make sense to you? So how do you explain that growth in the low-rise market? I would say it is still mostly that same group of people who belong to the low-rise market. Remember, there was a pause in the market during the lockdown months? That's where the pent-up demand came from. Essentially, the usual heated spring market has shifted to the summer and the fall. So, what's causing the main struggle in downtown condo market? The downtown condo market is an investor-heavy market. What do investors care about? That's right, rental income. And who's been driving the strong rental market downtown? Immigrants and international students. Both numbers are pretty dead right now compared to what we used to have because of the border restrictions. I have already shared a couple times that Canada is expecting a significant surge in immigration after the border reopens. So that's not what I want to share today. What I want to share is number 2, the 80-20 rule. I got a phone call yesterday. Dan, I want to sell my condo downtown. Do you need the money now? No. Do you have a tenant now? Yes, with a long-term lease too. So, why do you want to sell? Well, I heard people are not going to live downtown anymore, so I want to sell it. Which level is this investor at? That's right, a classic level 3 investor. If you don't know what a level 3 investor means, make sure you watch the video about the 7 levels of investors at the link below. Essentially, level 3 investors are the ones who blindly follow. When someone tells them they can make good money, they buy. When they hear some negative news, they sell. 80% of the investors in downtown condos are probably level 3 investors. That's why there is a surge in listings. Have you heard about the famous 80-20 rule? It is the universal truth about the imbalance of inputs and outputs. 80% of Canada's wealth is owned by 20% of the population. 80% of your business income comes from 20% of the customers. 80% of your time is spent on 20% activities that don't produce results. Uh-oh. If you want to be successful in life, you need to switch that around. You should be focusing on the 20% of work that gives you 80% of the results. That's what highly effective people do. You see, 80% of people would get hit by this pandemic, and 20% of the people will actually benefit from it. That's why you hear the term K-shaped recovery. The rich get richer, and the poor get poorer. Back to the condo market, 80% of the investors are short-sighted and can only see the immediate pain. Only 20% will be able to see into the longer-term potentials. The chief medical advisor at Health Canada has already said that the first vaccine will be approved in Canada in months, not years. Some people in the 20% will see the next few months as an opportunity to pick up some deals. People around you would probably think you are crazy. That's okay. I mean, 80% of the people around you are just average, right? One of the simplest secrets to success is to look at what the majority of people are doing and then do the exact opposite. When the vaccine becomes available, when the borders reopen, that's when the 80% would say, "Oh man, I should have bought during the pandemic." So that's my take on the market. Investing at this time is not for everyone because most people wouldn't understand it. Only the top 20% can. I share my opinion and market news every single week. If you want to stay on top of the market, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell now.